Imagine a world where the Allies lost World War II, where the internet was never invented, or where democracy never took root. Sounds like a dystopian novel, right? But what if I told you that just 5 moments in history changed everything? From the rise of empires to the fall of ideologies, they're the reason your world looks the way it does today. It didn't just shape the past. So buckle up. We're about to dive into the 5 historical events that shaped today's world. Let's begin. Event number 1, the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989. Picture this, a concrete barrier dividing not just a city, but an entire world. On one side, capitalism and freedom. On the other, communism and control. For 28 years, this wall stood as a symbol of the Cold War, a global standoff that could have ended in nuclear annihilation. But then, on November 9th, 1989, something extraordinary happened. The wall came down, not with a bang, but with a sledgehammer. People danced, cried, and embraced. It was the beginning of the end for the Soviet Union and the dawn of a new global order. While the fall of the wall brought hope, it also set the stage for new challenges. Which brings us to event number 2, the rise of globalization. Event number 2, the invention of the internet. What started as a military project in the 1960s became the backbone of modern life. Think about it. Without the internet, you wouldn't be watching this video right now. But here's the shocking part. The internet wasn't designed for cat videos or memes. It was meant to survive a nuclear war. Yes, you heard that right. The US government wanted a communication system that could withstand an apocalypse. Can you imagine explaining TikTok to the scientists who created ARPANET? They'd probably think we'd lost our minds. The internet connected the world like never before, but it also created new divides. Which leads us to event number 3, the 9/11 attacks and the War on Terror. Event number 3, the September 11th attacks in 2001. In just one day, the world changed forever. The Twin Towers fell, the Pentagon was hit, and nearly 3,000 lives were lost. But the impact didn't stop there. September 11th triggered the War on Terror, reshaping global politics for decades. It led to the invasion of Afghanistan and Iraq, the rise of surveillance states, and a new era of fear and suspicion. Here's something you might not know. The US spent over $8 trillion on the War on Terror. That's enough to buy every person on Earth an iPhone twice. While September 11th redefined the 21st century, it also highlighted the fragility of global stability. Which brings us to event number 4, the 2008 financial crisis. What started as a housing bubble in the US exploded into a global economic meltdown. Banks collapsed, millions lost their homes, and unemployment soared. But here's the kicker. The crisis wasn't just about money. It exposed deep flaws in the global financial system and fueled widespread distrust in governments and corporations. Funny how the same banks that caused the crisis got bailed out, while the rest of us got, well, Netflix and chill. The 2008 crisis reshaped economies and politics, but it also set the stage for our final event, the COVID-19 pandemic. Event number 5, the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2020, the world came to a standstill. Borders closed, economies crashed, and millions died. But the pandemic did more than just disrupt lives. It accelerated trends that were already underway. Remote work, online education, and digital healthcare became the new normal. It also exposed inequalities and sparked debates about government power and public health. Will future history books call this the moment humanity finally learned to adapt? Or will we just go back to binge-watching reality TV? From the fall of the Berlin Wall to the COVID-19 pandemic, these 5 events didn't just shape history, they shaped you. They defined the world you live in, the challenges you face, and the opportunities you have. If you enjoyed this journey through history, hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. Which event do you think had the biggest impact on today's world? Thanks for watching.